All right, guys, so before we get started here tonight, we want to take just a second. We're going to put this at the front of the video, that way everybody sees it. We've had a lot of people comment and reach out to us about wanting to start like an Amazon wish list. I didn't really know what that was. Dallas said she knew a little bit about it, so she created one. We've started adding products to it. We'll put the link to it down here in the description. The stuff that I saw and I added, like our oils and our fluids, you know, we take like, it takes 12 quarts of oil, so it's a full case of oil to do an oil change. So what I done was I put a case option, but I also put a quart option. That way, if you know, if you didn't want to, because I think a case is like it's over $100. So,
yeah.
Or a quart's like,
I think it's close to 200.
Yeah, so a quart's only like 16 bucks. So if you wanted to go either way, that way if you look at it and you're like, man, why are they like 3 different options of oils and fluids and all that? That's why. So
when we put stuff on there that kind of fit everybody's budget option. We've actually, and you may see some things on there that are bigger things, like a hybrid. That's more or less just on there.
Well, it's stuff on there, is stuff that we've talked about getting ourselves as well.
Right. It's stuff we need.
So, you know, we're not putting it on there thinking, you know, hey, somebody's gonna go buy a hybrid or you know, or whatever. You know, it's just something there to help us remind ourselves that, hey, we need to order this, we need to get it. But yeah, anyways, the reason for that, like I said, there's always a lot of people that always reach out and say, hey, you know, I'd like to support you, don't really want my name on the car, or I don't own a business or whatever, but I'd like to help out a little bit. That's just some people talking to us, and that's one of the best way we thought of doing it. So, you know, I mean, if you want to do it, great, and we'll greatly appreciate it, and we'll give you a shout out and a thank you and all that. And
be sure if you do it, you put your information in so we know who to thank.
And if you want us to thank you for sure. All right, guys, so we're out here in the shop tonight. It's Wednesday night. What you'll see on the video from last night that'll probably be published tomorrow, Thursday, is we got the car up ready to set down on the having setup plates. We just put transmission fluid back into the transmission.
Thank you, Dave.
We got to put the fan on and then set it down on the ground. And then one last thing we got to do to be legal for the unified dirt car late model rules is we got to make a change to this little bad boy right here. You've got to have you can't have any kind of fancy gadgets and doodads on the chain limiter for the left rear when they check droop. I've used that type of limiter in the past. I know there's about 100,000 different configurations that you can use in order to be compliant. So for right now, starting out, that's what I'm going to use. That's what I know. Like I said, I know there's 100,000 different ways you can get around that and still kind of achieve what we're doing right now. So, but for the time being, that's what we're going to use. That's when I want to have it on for practice. That way I can make adjustments, get feel for it, or whatever I need to do. Right now, I'm going to work on changing the fan out. You can see we got our new Gorsuch 6-blade fan. Like I said, I called Marshall, spoke with them, and they feel like that a rock is what happened right here, or some piece of debris anyways. One thing they did let me know, and I was unaware that there was a difference. I honestly, I didn't even know there was a black and a blue, which I think they've went to the blues now. If I understood correctly, I could be wrong. But the blue fan has, you can see it's got rounded edges. This fan has square edges. They said the square edges were just a little bit less, let's see, how did they word that? The square edges couldn't take quite as much abuse as the round edges. So they went to the round edges to try to prevent some of that. So we're gonna get that back on the car, the new one, of course. Thanks to Marshall and Travis and all those guys that have a part up there at Gorsuch Performance. If you need a fan, check them out. If you need some Stop Tech brakes, give them a call. Let them know we sent you. Let them know you've seen great reviews of their products here on our YouTube. So, like I said, without keeping rambling on, I'm gonna get that fan on. Once I get the fan on, we're gonna set it down on the Hammond setup plates here, and we're gonna quickly kind of go through everything. Nothing should be changed. Nothing should be in a wrong spot. It's just gonna be a matter of getting it all situated and going from there. So, appreciate you guys watching. If you hadn't already, make sure you hit that little subscribe button, ring the bell, and comment down below and let us know what you think. Alright, so we just got the fan put on. Joel's getting the fuel line there zip tied up so it's not bouncing around. I'm gonna change that limiter out. Obviously not gonna put the camera up under the car while I'm doing that. Get that changed out and then we'll get it set down.
She was in here last night.
Yes. So he's got the carburetor cover trace. We're looking for our cat. We can't find her today, so I don't know where she's at. Did you shut her up?
You need to go open it and see.
You may have babies in there.
You need to go open it and see.
Chris, I need you to do lawnmower surgery. Can you do lawnmower surgery? Can you do surgery on a lawnmower?
I can work on anything.
It needs a belt.
It ain't just a belt. It's the drive belt.
That's easy.
So we got a lawnmower that's out of commission because I was going to cut grass yesterday.
It's too early to cut.
Exactly.
It is not.
Cut grass after Easter.
No. That's not
You
true.
cut grass now, you be cutting grass from now to...
That's perfectly fine because you know what? I got time to cut grass.
You don't do it.
Bull crap.
How many times did you cut grass last year?
A bunch.
You did not.
You cut grass after Easter. I started Monday. Cut grass all summer.
Mr. Tim was cutting the other day.
Not at my house. He's right about it. Not at my house.
We need to start cutting it. It looks better. It looks like poo-poo right now.
If you'll wait till after Easter to cut it, you won't cut it but about 8-9 days.
Cutting grass, though, is therapeutic. What, baby? Okay.
Now why is that different?
Is it good? Do you mean like they're good?
Alright, so they've got that getting ready to be cut out. I'll come back just a second because this is just kind of boring work right now. Alright, so Chris is down here taking him a nice nap. He had to take a load off after falling through the floor today. And then
Good job.
Magnolia, Brad, and Joel are over here pop riveting this door back on.
Mash it. Good
Good job. Good job.
Hey, baby boy.
She said, hey, baby girl.
Hey, below.
Yeah, you're nuts.
Hey, below.
Hey, Pillow.
No, hey, below. 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 Below.
Pillow?
No. Below.
Big dog?
Below.
Bingo?
Below.
Video. Is that what you're saying, video?
Hey, below.
Hey, video? Okay, I see what you're saying now. Sorry, I was having a hard time understanding you, girlfriend.
Hey, below.
Hey, make a deal. Show him your fan. What's your fan do?
That.
Ah, who is that?
Peppa
Peppa Pig.
Come here.
All right, Mo's gonna get back to work. I done did it. Good job.
Hey, below.
Here.
I got one more.
One more.
I got it.
Good
Good
job.
job. One more. One more.
One more.
Good job.
Oh, good job, baby. Did you do it? You did? You helped Daddy?
Great job.
Alright, also, guys, another thing is everybody's been asking us to start an Amazon wish list, so we did do that. We'll link that below in the description. We started one on Amazon, and we're still adding to it, but hey, we put the fluids, filters, all the stuff that we use, and we also put a couple of big items, so you have a choice of what you want. And honestly, some of it's a wish list for things that we want. So it's not necessarily that we want anybody to buy it for us, just so we know, hey, we need these. But you guys asked for it, we did it. We'll link it below whenever this video posts. All right, so they're working on getting those that I was showing you guys earlier. They're working on getting this thing anchored down so that it's not gonna move. So Chris is right there. Brad's under the trailer.
Have you got the frame on it?
They're getting that done.
Have you got that metal piece on
What are
them?
you
Well, get
eating?
it off. Get
What are
it
you
off.
eating, Joel? Alright, so I showed you guys what they were doing out in the shop. They're all working on getting the Spring Smasher anchored down. Joel's eating supper. They're just doing some odd and end stuff out there. So while they're out there, there's nothing I can really do. So I'm in here cleaning up the shop. Brad had tires strewed everywhere, and I may have just messed up his mess, but he had a mess everywhere. So I put them back in our little pile up here because we used to have a tire rack over there. But that tire rack was really, really rickety, so we took it down. We need another one, but we haven't built one back yet. So, for the time being, that's where they are. But, you can see, I have cleaned up just a little bit. The biggest thing in our shop usually is toys. She has her little corner over here, but we've got stuff everywhere. Stuff that right there is stuff that's going in the trailer, so we're going to leave that against the car so that we don't forget none of it. That is the wheel covers that Mr. J. Mashburn bought for us, and that's the ones actually on the car right now. We appreciate him, again, buying those for us. And then we've said it, I think, in a couple of videos, but we also appreciate Mr. Michael Lambolette, I think is how you say his last name. He's going to be purchasing our oil and oil filter and the Lucas stabilizer this week, so we greatly appreciate that. It'll actually be for like 2 weeks. I can't remember, I think we run 3 to 4 races on an oil change, and then we change it out. So it'll last us a little while it'll probably last us until we change the motor. So I don't really know time frame of when we're going to be getting our true super motor. What's in the car right now is just this spec motor that we ran last year with the Topless Outlaw series. So I don't know if we're going to practice this weekend, and then we're going to run the World of Outlaw race next weekend at Boyd's. More than likely what's going to happen is after we run that World of Outlaw race, we don't race again until like the 20-something, whatever the World of Outlaw race is at Talladega Short Track. I don't think we're going to race again until then. Hopefully by then we'll have our bigger motor. So we'll probably change this one out, and we'll need new oil. So that'll probably be the oil change there. But that's hopeful thinking. wishful thinking, whatever you want to call it, because parts issues are an issue. I know we have a racing parts business, and so many times parts are back ordered, and it's stuff that don't make any sense, but it is, and we have to deal with it. That's all you can do. Complaining about it does nothing. But anyway, we just make the best of it and get our motor whenever we get our motor. And I talk with my hands, so just ignore that. But anyway, she's pretty much setting on go. All buttoned up. I think we're gonna spray her down tomorrow before we head to the track because it's a little bit dusty from just sitting in the shop. And Double D left his hat again. But anyway, that's all that's going on. I'm gonna get these floors swept because Brad Berry leaves piles everywhere. He just sweeps. He'll sweep, but he'll just leave these little piles everywhere. He won't ever sweep them up. He'll just sweep them out of the area he needs and then just leave it right there. So anyway, we're gonna go behind him and clean up a couple of his little piles here. All right, so here's Joel in all his glory. He's checking the air pressures. And Brad is putting the wheel covers on. Joel's gonna get this air pressure checked here, and then we'll work our way around it. Brad put these on over here just to see what they look like because these are new. So Chris is gonna take them off just so Joel can check the air pressures, and then we'll get those right back on. What you guys think about the white wheel covers?
Joel.
I was not here when that happened. Not this time.
Alright guys, so Brad just cranked it up, went forward and backwards in the shop and making sure everything was working the way that it should because it's raining outside, so you couldn't take it through the yard. But anyway, we've got a leak under the radiator, so Brad's gonna see where that leak's coming from. Hopefully it's just a hose. Hopefully Chris didn't tighten the hose down.
Well, we'll find out eventually.
Or was it Joel?
I wasn't here.
Did you mess it up from the last time you did it?
I wasn't here.
Okay, so I got the radiator fixed. Reckon it was just a loose line there. So that's taken care of. Brad's getting everything cleaned up, squared away, and we're fixing to get everything ready to be loaded. And then we will load it Saturday morning before we go practice because there is still some rain in the forecast the next day. So we're not gonna load it and not know if they're gonna cancel or not. But anyway, I guess that's pretty much gonna finish this up tonight. We didn't have a whole lot we had to do. The guys got the spring smasher anchored down and the car is all ready to go. Appreciate everybody watching. Be sure you like, comment, subscribe. Thanks to all of our partners, Warp Speed Performance Parts, KT Heat and Air, Vincent Race Engine, All South by VB Designs. Thanks to all of those guys. Also a huge shout out to Gorsuch Performance, Brand Transmission, and Penske Racing Shocks. They all do so much for us and we appreciate them so much.